Hey everyone, it is Brian Kaz here, and I have a pretty exciting call for you today. But first, before I start, I want to make sure that you can see my screen and you hear my voice. Just say a quick yes in the chat box there, just so I know I'm not talking to myself or anything. All right, seen a lot of yeses, so that's a good sign there. I think there was only one time years ago where I accidentally started a call up and there's something wrong with the audio and I was talking to myself for a couple minutes. So always check that first. So anyway, without further ado, I'll get the show on the road here. Once again, my name's Brian Kaz, and on this call, it will be all about how to get all the free targeted traffic you need for anything in under 3 minutes by basically becoming your own online marketing genius. So here's my promise to you. By the end of this presentation, you'll be able to become an online marketing genius to not only help your own businesses, but to optionally sell those services for top dollar to others. And get all the free, highly targeted traffic you need for anything in under 3 minutes. And it doesn't even matter if you have a website or not, and it doesn't matter what you think your own skill level is at now. And again, this is all free traffic and leads. So let me ask you a question. How much does free traffic cost? I'll give you maybe a few seconds to maybe type that in the chat box. How much does free traffic cost? All right, looks like most of you are on the same page. There's a couple that don't quite understand what free means. But the answer is nothing. Free traffic costs you nothing. How much does free traffic cost maybe some years from now? So how much would it cost in 5 years' time? So how much would that free traffic cost in 5 years? Maybe take a second to answer that. All right, looks like more of you are on the same page now. And you are mostly all correct. Nothing. Costs you nothing because it's free. How much of you can afford, or how many of you can afford this type of traffic? Well, should be all of you, because again, it's free. When Facebook doubles their ad prices, what happens to the price of free traffic? That's right, nothing, still free, stays the same. And again, you'll do this by using multiple, largely untapped sources, tools, and techniques. And with the ability to get all this free traffic and leads, you'll be able to sell them anything you want, including stuff I'll show you that can make hundreds to even thousands off of a single sale. Now you might say, is this a bold claim? And you'd be absolutely right to think so, but that's why you'll see how in a few moments live, because I'll be actually showing it to you all live, because I'll show you exactly how to do all these and more live so that you can see it for yourself in just a bit. And the results of these techniques don't just work for me. In fact, here's an exceptional client right here that made $1 million off of one lead thanks to me. And this is a completely unsolicited email that I received a ways back. Was not expecting this at all. He goes, thank you, Kaz. Both of you, just wanted to drop you a note to tell you that I just signed my first $1 million deal from a single client. It would not have been possible without applying what you taught me about lead generation. Best, Robert Smith. That's right, Robert got $1 million deal from one lead by following our advice and putting it into action. And let me ask you guys this. Who here would be interested in maybe learning what Robert sold, or what kind of service or product he sold there? All right, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. All right, and when I get to the demo part where I'll show some stuff live, I'll be sure to mention exactly what he did right there, because it's just one of several different things that you can do. And there was nothing, there's nothing special about him. I'm sure he was a great guy, but that method that made him $1 million is, again, just one tactic that I'll be showing you today. And I don't want you to let that $1 million proof there scare you off into thinking that this is only achievable by the pros, because he wasn't. Now, it's not to say he wasn't a smart guy or anything like that. I'm sure he was, but there's nothing unique about him that basically others like you couldn't also do, which is why I want to show you some proof right here that even the non-technically gifted can succeed just as easily. So here's a non-techie that makes his first sale ever. David is the very definition of a non-techie. 6 weeks before meeting me, he said he couldn't even use Microsoft Office. So if you asked him to write a document in Word, okay, to write a letter on his computer, he didn't know how, okay? And, you know, I'm sure there might be like one or two of you, you know, on this call that are like, crap, I don't know how either. So don't feel bad. I'm sure the vast majority of you are like, oh, writing, you know, a letter on a computer is super, super easy. So I just want to give you an example of how non-technically gifted he was right here. Yet, he made his first sale online ever with these techniques. And he also said that his traffic stats are now on an upward trend for the first time ever as well. So even if you don't know how to do a lot of stuff with computers, that's okay, because the basics here aren't all that tough. And if you follow the methods what we're saying, use the tools we're saying right here, they can help a great deal. Again, you don't have to be a techie. Now, before I go on to show you how you can do all this yourself, I feel like I have to do the necessary obligation of basically telling you a bit about who I am. I'm not a fan of talking about me, because I know at the end of the day, again, most of you probably don't care. You care more about what I can do for you. But I know it's kind of obligatory to at least talk a little bit about me. So here's a little about me. So I actually am not a professional speaker or presenter. If it's not obvious yet, it will probably be pretty obvious soon. You know, I don't mind speaking, but yeah, I'm not a pro at it. I'm not like a major fan of it, and you can probably tell. I also never held a real job. I actually went straight from college to working for myself online. In fact, the closest thing to like a job I ever had was for like kind of like part pay and part credit, essentially. I did some stuff in the psychology lab when I went to school, or when I went to the university, because I went into psychology. And for part of that lab, I would go down to prisons like once or twice a week or so, and I would basically interview and run a handful of tests on inmates there. We were trying to basically analyze them and figure out the different kinds, and a whole bunch of stuff on that right there. And as fun as that was, it was nothing that I really wanted to do full time or past the college. But I was playing around, you know, online, and it kind of started to work at least a little bit at the start. So although the psychology lab in the prisons was fun, you know, it wasn't, again, anything I wanted to do full time. But I started playing around with the internet while I was still in college, and I got it working so well that by the time I was done, there's really no need for me to go on and get a normal job. And then since then, I've started several 6- and 7-figure businesses in a variety of markets. In fact, one of our businesses is currently valued at over $10 million and is on its way to doubling that soon, hopefully. And I'm also, on top of that, an 8-time best-selling author on various marketing and business books as well. And more importantly, I've helped thousands of people around the globe generate more traffic and leads for their businesses. And here's just one example of a business I built from these techniques, doing over $2.9 million in just 8 months' time. And here you see over $2.9 million in sales processed, physically processed in 8 months' time. Now, oftentimes when people show like earnings shots and stuff like that, or they say, hey, you know, I did $1 million launch or blah, 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 they're oftentimes basically giving you what I call projected numbers or funny math, where it's like, hey, I had this sale and people are paying $100 a month, and if they all stay for 10 years, it's $1 million. And, you know, that sounds neat to say, but, you know, that's nowhere near what they claim. I mean, it's like saying, hey, assuming everyone stays for 10 years, sure, that might be a huge launch, but if they don't, that might be like a 20th of that size. So I like to actually go by real math and physically processed numbers. And right here, this is over 2.9 million physically processed in 8 months' time for just one business here. And another business I basically cloned with the exact same model, and that did about another $1 million or so in sales in another niche in just several months' time. So in even less time, it got to that. Another completely unrelated business in the survival niche, we actually took from about $6,000 a month to over $500,000 a month. So, you know, pretty good right there, because again, it all comes down to, if you know what to do, it's a lot easier to expand and grow almost any business out there. If you have a good offer, a good service, a good product, you know, it all comes down again to needing traffic and leads. Now, realistically, again, I know none of you really care about me and what I've done. Instead, you care about what I can do for others like you, right? That's why I shared with you those previous case studies, and I'll share some more later as well, and why I'm going to get to the nitty-gritty. I want to make sure that all of you leave here with a way to make money and get traffic. Even if you don't currently have a product, a service, a site, or anything to sell now, that's okay. Basically, I want to make you all get the opportunity to be an online marketing genius by the end of my presentation. How many of you here already have something that you either currently sell or want to sell? Maybe type in a 1. So in the chat box, if you have something that you already sell or want to sell, maybe type a 1 in the chat box. Okay, I'm getting a decent amount of those. Now, how many of you here currently have nothing to sell as of yet? If that's you, maybe type in a 2. So if you have nothing to sell as of yet, maybe type a 2 in the chat box. All right, it looks like there's some of you as well. So it looks like there's a pretty good mix there. And that's okay, because regardless if you have something to sell or have nothing at all, and regardless if you have a website now or not, I promise you that you can walk away from this with either ways of increasing your current sales and traffic, or being able to sell something easily for the first time. Because at the end of the day, the more traffic you have, the more money you can make. It's as simple as that. You need traffic. It's the lifeblood of any business, and any program you already invested in or any technique you're currently doing also needs traffic. You can have the best product in the world, okay, or the best service in the world, but if there's no traffic to it, guess what? You won't make any money. You could have the best ice cream shop, the best pizza place, the best whatever in the world, and if it's in the middle of the desert or the bottom of the ocean where no one goes to, it doesn't matter that you have the best product in the world. You still won't make a cent off of that, because again, you need traffic. It's the lifeblood of any business. So before I show you how easy it is to get leads and traffic to anything, let's basically check out the main ways to make money online. So I know most of you know at least some or most of these, but we'll just briefly go over the main ways, and then we'll jump into how to get traffic to all those ways. So here are the main ways to make money online. First, you can sell your own products, whether it's physical or digital. So there's lots of physical products. It doesn't mean you have to make your own or anything like that. There's plenty of sites out there where you can drop ship all sorts of products and such at like no upfront cost to you. And we have lots of training on that stuff. And there's also lots of digital products that you can do. This can be ebooks, software, videos, and you might think, well, gee, what if I'm not an expert in anything? Well, that's okay, because again, you can become an expert in a lot of stuff with just a little bit of research, or you can also go out there and interview experts and turn the interview into a product, and boom, you have a product. Like I actually have a friend that made a decent amount of money. Like I forgot the exact amount, but I want to say, I know it was 6 figures. I want to say it was like multiple 6 figures in the diabetes niche. Now, he wasn't an expert in that, but he got a health professional who was, to make some products there, to do some interviews, to put some slides together and stuff like that. And I think the first time he just paid her, I think it was like $50 or so, made a lot off that. And then since then he's paid her like, more, but he's made quite a bit off that right there. And again, you can just do a simple interview and turn that into a product. Or you can also, there's lots of ways where you can buy private label rights and resell rights that's out there, where you don't even have to be the author of the product, and it will be already done for you. So there's lots of ways of selling your own products and stuff out there. You can also just be an affiliate for countless products out there. I mean, if you search Google for, affiliate followed by like whatever product or service or thing that you're interested in, like let's say you want to sell mopeds or massage chairs, if you were to do a search for, massage chair affiliate or something like that, you probably find tons and tons and tons of places where you can sign up to be an affiliate there. You can also just be an affiliate for Amazon, and you can get paid for any sale you make there. Or you can go to sites like clickbank.com and stuff, and they have lots of digital products that you can be an affiliate for, and you can get paid quite well on a lot of these. I mean, some pay anywhere from like, not a ton up to thousands of dollars per sale, in some cases even way more than that. You can also just give out free CPA offers and make money even off of non-buyers. Now, CPA stands for cost per acquisition, or as many people call it, cost per action. It's basically where you get paid each time someone takes some kind of action. Like it could be they fill out a form to become a lead, and you get paid oftentimes regardless if they buy anything or not. Like maybe they apply for like a credit card and you get paid. Maybe they apply to get a quote on like a mortgage or insurance and you get paid. Or maybe they fill out a form to get some free software and you get paid per lead right there. In fact, probably the funniest and the coolest offer I ever saw. Now, again, some offers pay, not that much. Like some pay, only a couple bucks or less, and some can pay hundreds or thousands of dollars each. It just depends on the kind of offer right there. Now, again, the coolest offer I probably saw, there was one where you could get paid to give out free candy. Yes, literally free candy. Now, let me ask you guys a question. If I said, hey, if you give me your name and your address, I'll send you some free candy, who here would jump on that and say, sure, you don't have to pay anything, it's just free? I'm sure a lot of you would say, oh yeah, geez, that sounds good, I like candy, sure. Now, obviously that didn't pay like a ton. I think it was only paying like a few bucks or so, but the idea was the place wanted to get out samples because they wanted you to like their candy and go back and buy more. And for the person giving out the candy, it was really awesome because you got paid literally to give out candy. So again, it doesn't have to be all that hard. Now, you can also, this is one of my favorite ways, you can sell services to others as well. And within that, probably my most favorite way is web service type services. This can be like SEO or like, helping sites rank. It could be helping, get leads or fix up sites, any kind of a web service or social media management. Any kind of a service like that, especially SEO, is a big one, and you can help lots of businesses out there, and you can get paid anywhere from hundreds to even thousands of dollars a month on that right there. In fact, we're actually just about to sign up a new web service client for around $9,000 a month. Now, when you start out, most of the time it's they shoot for like anywhere from a few hundred to like a couple thousand a month or so. Per sale, but you can see how just one or two clients can be worth a lot of money there. And what's cool is I'll show you a way where even if you don't know a lot of that stuff, you can automatically use some systems and stuff that we have in some software to help you do all that stuff right there. And last but not least, you can also create and monetize blogs, sites, and content. Now, so it could be maybe you write some reviews of products and you have up an affiliate link. Could be you have some useful content and you have some AdSense on it or some other ads, whatever you want right there. But again, if you don't have a site now, you can even go to a place like blogger.com, blogger.com. It's owned by Google, and they'll make and host a blog for you for free, and literally within 2 or 3 minutes, you can have your own blog up. It's not hard. You can also do the same thing with videos and such, and we'll kind of go back and talk a bit about that more in just a bit. So you can sell anything of yours or of others. So it all comes down to needing traffic. And you can get free traffic in one of two ways. So the first way of getting traffic is what I call the traditional way. This is what most of you have probably been taught, or what most of you probably assume. And this is having prospects find you more easily. So the traditional way to get traffic usually is through SEO, or basically optimizing your site, videos, content, and so forth for various keywords in hopes of getting ranked or having people more easily find you. This is what most people traditionally try. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'll share with you several methods that can help with that. But the second way is what I call a don't sit on your ass and wait way. This way, which is hardly ever utilized, involves not waiting for leads to find you, but you going to your prospects. There are tons of sources on the internet where people are often already telling you what they want to buy or expressing a major interest, and hardly no one takes the time to go to them. They can be talking on forums, on Q&A sites, on social media sites, on already ranked sites, and barely anyone takes the time to reach out to them. In fact, let me ask you guys a question, okay? I call this the 5K in their hand question. Let's say you were an affiliate for massage chairs, or you drop ship them, or whatever. And let's say on average you'd make like, $1,000 or $2,000 off a sale right there for like, chairs that can range from like, usually like $2,000 to $10,000 or more. So let's say you sell massage chairs, and let's say you're in a crowd of people, okay? And someone raises their hand, and they have $5,000 in their hand, and they say, hey, I have a $5,000 budget. Does anyone know what a good massage chair would be within that price range? What's a good massage chair within that price range? Does anyone know? What do you guys do? Do you do what most people do, and that's you're like, oh, that's exciting, he has $5,000. That looks like a lot of money. I'd really like that. I hope he goes to Google. I hope he does a search that I rank for. I hope he does that search and finds me, and then I hope he clicks on my site, and I hope he reads my stuff, and I hope he clicks on my link, and I hope he buys, and then, oh, that's going to be so exciting. I'm going to just sit here and stare at him or her and hope that he shows up on my site and finds me. Or you get up off your butt, walk up to the guy and say, hey, I see you're looking for a massage chair. I actually sell those. Here's a couple that I think would be perfect. If you're looking to save a little bit, you can get one for $1 grand or $2 less that has most of the bells and whistles, feels really great. Or if you want to go all out for about the price you have right there, you can get this one, which is the top of the line, has all the bells and whistles. If you want to see my full review of both of them, I have it right here. Feel free to read it. Blah blah blah. Which one do you do? Do you wait for the $5,000 to find you, or do you go up to the $5,000, find it, and take it? Which one do you think would be more likely to land you that sale? Waiting for that lead to magically find you, or just going up to that lead? I know it sounds really dumb, right? Like you're all probably thinking, well, when you say it like that, I'm going to go and take that 5K. But the majority of people out there just wait. Another example is years back, I had a client who he specialized in expensive real estate, like luxury real estate in an area where the average house was something like, I think like 1.5 million. So not cheap. And the luxury homes there could be way, way, way more. Then this is back in the time where the real estate was kind of hit hard, and he's like, I'm having a tough time. It's really hard to get new prospects and stuff. And I'm like, well, what have you done to try to attract prospects or try to reach out to them? And he's like, well, I made an opt-in page here. See? I'm like, okay, that's great. But what have you done to get traffic to that opt-in page? And he kind of gives me like a blank stare. Like, well, I made the opt-in page, so they should find me. And it's like, no, doesn't quite work that way. I'm like, well, let's go and see if anyone is asking questions on real estate in your area. And he's like, no, no one asks that. So we do a quick search, and right off the bat, using one of the tools that I'll show you in just a bit, we find a lead of a guy basically asking what is a good location within that area for luxury homes, or like mini mansions basically, and what's like the best area for luxury homes only. And I'm like, boom, that's a pretty freaking awesome lead there. Why don't you take a minute and basically answer him and point out how you deal with that stuff, and maybe give a suggestion or two, and see what you can do. And I thought he'd be excited, like, oh wow, that's awesome. Instead, he was like, oh, well, okay, great, you found that lead there, but that's kind of pointless. I'm like, well, why is that? And then he's like, well, probably everyone and their uncle already contacted that guy, so it's pointless for me to reach out. And I'm like, dude, you got to be kidding me, okay? How long does it take you to write that kind of response? A minute, maybe 2 tops? Worst comes to worst, what happens? You waste a minute or 2 of your time, okay? A minute or 2 of your time trying to seek out what could be worth tens of thousands of dollars, if not $100,000 or more, in commissions to you. That's worst case. You waste a minute or 2. Best case, you make tens of thousands to $100,000 or more in a minute or 2 of your time to initiate that talk right there. Of course, you have to show the homes and all that too, but again, tons of money for not a ton of work. And then he's like, okay, fine. I'm like, okay, just answer his question and see what happens. So after a while, he answered the guy's question online, and then apparently the guy wrote back. So the guy that asked the question wrote back, all excited, saying, hey, thanks for responding to me. And he then went on to say that he was shocked that no one else took the time to answer him. So here's a guy waving around potentially millions of dollars for a house, and no one has taken the time to reach out to him. That's insane. Literally insane. It's like saying, oh, there's a few $1 million on my doorstep, but man, I really don't want to get off my butt and answer the door and open it, okay? I'll just wait and hope that $1 million flies into my lap, okay? If you have to get up, walk a few feet, spend a minute or 2 of your time to grab the money, do it. So that simple mindset there can change a lot, and we'll show you a handful of tools that can help you with that too in just a bit. So again, making online for anything is easy if you can easily see the opportunities and leads already out there waiting for you. For example, do you think you could invite people to buy massage chairs via your affiliate link if you knew where all the people looking to buy one were hanging out? Or do you think you could sell a $3,000 SEO service to a roofing company if you knew you could help them rank and make many multiples of that back for them that same month? Or if you could automatically find leads of people in back pain, do you think a chiropractor might be interested in paying a monthly fee to you for those? Of course you would. It'd be almost dumb not to. Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to needing traffic, which is precisely what I'll be showing you to do, as well as revealing what else you could even be selling today for thousands in profits. And instead of just basically talking about it in theory, I'm going to be showing it to you live in just a bit so you can see how easy it can be. No guesses, no theory. Because again, I'll be showing it to you live, and remember, if you have a targeted offer plus targeted traffic, it equals money almost each and every time. If you're not making money right now, something is wrong with your equation right there. You're missing one of those right there. If you have a targeted offer and targeted traffic, you can make money almost each and every time. So if you're not, one of those two are probably missing or off. So are you ready to see it for yourself? Say a quick yes. All right, introducing WebFire 3.0. So what does WebFire 3.0 do? Literally anything and everything you need to get more traffic, rankings, leads, exposure, and sales online in minutes. With WebFire, you can truly get the unfair advantage. And rather than just basically talking about how great it is, I'm going to not only demo it for you live, but I'm going to be revealing several other ways you can make money with it immediately as I demo it. I'm just going to pause the screen for a second as I switch on over to the demo here. All right, just switching on over here. And really, really cool stuff here, guys. And again, I'm going to actually break this down into two different parts. The first part, I'll kind of be showing off the traditional way of how to get exposure and traffic, and that's you know, all stuff with like how to rank sites, how to get more exposure, how to rank videos, you know, all that stuff right there. Whereas the second way, I'll be showing you more of like how to kind of don't wait for leads and traffic to find you, but you go to them. So here is the inside of WebFire 3.0 right here. And again, I'll break it down into two main bits right there. And as you can see, right off the bat, there's a bunch of things on the sidebar or on the side nav bar. You see there's a bunch of categories like SEO and keywords, content, leads, social, so on and so forth. And if you click each of those, you see a bunch of tools under each of them. And we have a ton of tools. Like under SEO and keywords, we have website analysis. We have stuff that analyzes where links come from. We have several keyword tools, including what I think is the best one in the industry, which is the main keyword tool right here. We have one that can find expired domain names that already rank. They can oftentimes already get instant traffic and stuff to you. We have rank trackers. We have a tool that automatically fixes all the issues on your site in terms of SEO. We have something called a schema markup, which I'll explain to you in just a bit. We have a site map maker, which turns your site into like basically a table of contents to help you rank. We have something to kind of knock on the front door of search engines to help you rank faster, and that's just on the SEO and keyword side. We also have a way to create, make, and distribute content and videos quickly and easily, you know, including stuff on like YouTube and stuff. That's very useful. We have a handful of lead tools to literally find leads out there in real time in multiple different ways. So instead of waiting for them to come to you, you can go to them, and including some tools to put your social media on autopilot and find more leads off of social media, and lots and lots and lots of training. We have free weekly calls that we do that are training calls. We put all those right here, and we have, oh gosh, probably, my guess is well over 100 of those. And you can search them by keyword and topic and stuff right there. So tons and tons of stuff right there. And that's just, again, the tip of the iceberg right there. And all the tools have training with them. We have really top-notch support. But rather than just go on and on about, you know, how great this all is, I'm going to actually kind of show you a handful of demos on them. And some are saved ones that, you know, I have saved from a prior search, and some are, you know, we'll do maybe a couple live and stuff. So we'll start with the first half is a handful of tools that you can help increase your presence and increase your rankings and stuff on YouTube, and then we'll move to how to get leads and such. So one of the first things you'll want to do if you're looking to like rank, whether it be a website, a blog post, a video, whatever, is to do keyword research. Okay, now traditional keyword tools only kind of tell you like what the search volume is and stuff like that, but you need a lot more info to see truly how competitive a keyword is, and we have some cool ways of doing that here. So what you can do is you can type in a term like massage chair right here, and you can have it find 50 related keywords, or you can search just a handful of those if you want. You can also pick the search engine and the location that you want to search from, because again, results shown in the US might be different than the UK, which might be different than Australia, which might be different than South Africa, you know. So we have a bunch of options there. In this case, we have it set at the default, which is the US, which oftentimes is kind of like the global default as well right there. And then it will find 50 related keywords. In this case, I did one for massage chair. And it does a few things here. One is it makes it super easy in that the keywords that are easier to rank for will show up in green. The harder ones will show up in red. Now, red does not mean you can't rank. It just means you probably have to do a little more work to rank, which WebFire can help you with, but sometimes I like to go after the low-hanging fruit and stuff. And then you see the keyword on the left. You see the estimated the estimated monthly search volume right there. You see the broad reach, which is just like the people that type in that keyword followed by a word before or after it. Then you see like how many have the keyword in their title tag, in their description, or their heading, and all that right there. And one of the tricks that I've learned over these years is one of the biggest factors of how easy or not a keyword to rank for is how many other sites are trying to compete by having that keyword in their title and their description and such. So we have a very cool algorithm that looks at all that and determines which ones are the easier ones. We have a score where the higher the score, the more likely it is that you'll be able to easily rank there. We also have advanced stats, so if you want to see like how the search volume will change month to month, it can actually look at that and tell you if certain keywords go up and down throughout the year, and a bunch of other cool things as well. But like right here, we say, hey, here is a bunch of keywords that are in red that hey, maybe you might not want to focus too much time on. Whereas, hey, here's some down here, like recliner massage chair, wide open. Over 6,500 exact searches a month, and competition super easy. So why go for like some of the tough ones right here that get even less traffic, like this one, 390, but are tougher to rank for, or like this one right here that over like super hard to, not super hard, but harder to rank for and gets less traffic. So what you want to do is you want to pick a few of the keywords in green, and then you want to create a blog post on them, or a video or a web page where you basically target the keyword that you think is easier to rank for in the title tag of that site, or in the title of the video, or the title of the blog post. If you don't have a site, don't worry, because again, we can help you make videos and stuff through the software here. We can also help you optimize your web page. And if you don't have a site, again, you can go to blogger.com, blogger.com. It's owned by Google. You can make a blog in a matter of minutes. We also have a bunch of tools to help optimize your site. We also have there's one right here where you can basically type in a keyword and it will find related keywords on domain names that are currently available. You can snatch up and buy anywhere you want, like for whatever the price of the domain name is. Like most most hosts and stuff sell them for like usually like $8 to $15 a year. So it will show you which ones are available out there. And what's cool with that is that if you have a keyword-rich domain name that has some keywords in it, as long as you have the content on your site, you're even more likely to rank for that keyword. Then after you do that, you can run a website analysis on it. Now, I have a saved search right here because we can't show off everything, live, or we'd be here a while. But basically, it will ask you for the domain name. In this case, it is genesisexteriors.com, and then the keyword that you're trying to optimize for. In this case, I said roof replacement, Madison, Wisconsin, because this is a roofing place. And the reason why that was on my mind is that a ways back, there's a huge hailstorm here, and it basically damaged my roof and the siding, and there was a decent amount of of actual damage done. I think it was somewhere in the ballpark of between like $30,000 and $40,000. Luckily free through insurance and all that, so not a huge deal or anything, but kind of neat that hey, I get a free roof and some sides and stuff. And it hit, I think, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes around here, so if not thousands. So for a while, people were looking for, roofers and stuff. And if you were ranked well on page 1, you were getting a lot of business, in the Madison area. And if you weren't ranked there, you were losing a lot of business because just one sale, one sale alone, if you were selling a service for, let's say, $1 or $2 grand a month, one service alone, could make you a profit, especially like two or three sales for that whole year. The business is making a huge profit. If they're not ranked on page 1 or they're not ranked well at the top of page 1, they're losing a lot of money. So it's an easy sell right then. So you can analyze this site or your site or a client site or whatever it would be right here, and it gives you a summary. So first it says, hey, you have an excellent chance of ranking for this keyword if you target it on your site. So that's good. If it said that you didn't have an excellent chance, it would give you some other alternative suggestions instead, or would prompt you for that. And right here, it gives a summary like, oh, you don't have the keyword in your title tag. If you don't know what that is and don't know how to fix it, no worries, just click fix. It will help you do it right there. So you don't even have to be a techie. Oh, you don't have the keyword in your description tag. Don't know what that is? No worries, you can fix it right here. These are two of the biggest SEO factors right here, are the title tag and the description tag. Like if you do like a Google search, the title tag usually is the blue link. The description is usually like the black sentence or text underneath it. Those are very big to optimize, or very important to. But again, you can fix it all right here. You don't have the keyword in a heading tag. You can fix that right there. Uh-oh, the keyword isn't mentioned on your site. You can fix that right here. Oh, well done, you have a sitemap, which is like a table of contents. If not, WebFire can automatically make you one that updates itself. It says, oh, good job, you have a schema markup. Most sites don't actually have this, and that can be a huge thing, especially in the past 1 to 2 years. I'll show you what a schema is in just a bit, but it's probably one of the easiest sales you could ever make by selling a schema. And it says, oh, you have some images, but you don't have an image alt tag with them. That's kind of like naming your images. So like if you have a site on zebras, okay, and you have a picture of the zebra, you want to make sure that the image itself says like, zebra grazing or something like that, versus just like what a lot of people will have. They'll have a picture that says like 115296.jpg, which tells Google nothing. This is also more important on the e-commerce side. So if you're selling, like, let's say you're selling Siberian Husky mugs, like a coffee mug, okay? If you have a Siberian Husky coffee mug, say on the alt tag, Siberian Husky coffee mug, because not only will the page itself be more likely to rank, but the image itself can also rank on Google and such. So people will see the coffee mug that they like, they'll click that, and they're more likely to, therefore buy that right there. And it's super easy to fix that. Again, you don't need to know how, you just need to know how to click the fix button, and it helps you do all that right there. And it gives you some other info on like keywords and off-page stuff, and some social stuff, like if you have a presence there and what the competition's like. And that's just on the summary tab. There's also an advanced tab right here that gives even more info. But really the summary right here gives a pretty good one. So, and again, you don't have to be an advanced guy. If you just know how to click fix, you're fine. And we have walkthroughs on that too. And you can see like the site, right here, it's like somewhat optimized. It's like 65%. You want to be closer to like the 80% range with a keyword that you have a good chance to rank for. And the cool thing here is not only can you use this report yourself to also fix your own sites or your client sites, you can also hand out the reports as well. You can download a PDF. You can even brand them with your own name instead of us. So you can hand those out for free, or you can charge. I think it's great to hand those out for free, because then they naturally say, okay, can you fix all that? And of course, you say yes. So it's kind of cool right there. The other thing too is I mentioned the schema thing. So what a schema is it's basically more information that Google and such can have on you. So instead of just having a simple link, you can have maybe a picture of your site show up like that. Or instead of just having a simple link, you can have a navigation schema, which has like a bunch of links show up underneath yours. Or if you have, let's say, a product like an e-commerce thing, you can have reviews and ratings and the stock and the price. You can have stuff like that show up right there, and you can have more than one schema on a site. That's perfectly fine. If you have a blog, you can have pictures and stuff, you know, in the news show up right there, which makes it look way better. Or, you know, even if you have like a video, you can make it look way better and have them rank better and look way better and take up a lot more space as well. And you can use a combo. So if you want to have one that has, let's say you want it to have a bunch of links underneath, that's fine. And then you can also have it be more likely, like if you're like a local business, you can not only have this stuff right here, you can have like on like a mobile phone, like there's like click to call and stuff like that. If you use a schema, you can do click to calls and stuff, which are quite neat. Like, you know, if you're looking for Chinese food in Atlanta, Georgia, okay, and you're in a local area there, and you search for Chinese food, and you see like 10 restaurants pop up. First, the ones that have a schema are more likely to be ranked, especially high. But if you also see what the store hours are, and you also see there's a click to call, and there's a click to see a menu, which again, you can change it all right here. Like you can add in a menu, you can add in your hours, you can add in your location, all that stuff right there. You can add in your social media, super, super easy. Which one are you more likely to do? Are you more likely to do the one that you can click and call instantly, or are you more likely to click at one at the bottom of page 1 or page 2, go through their whole site, rummage through it, and hope that you find a number? I mean, obviously, you're going to click the one that you can instantly call. And again, it also looks like, here's an example one right here, like the whole thing on the right side, that's an example of a schema where it can show up right there. And another example is you know, right here where you see the stars and the ratings. That's also done through the use of a schema. So lots of cool examples right there. You could also add, again, like the site-wide ones to get links showing up underneath the main one. So pretty cool stuff right there. And you can see it pops out, takes up a lot more space, pretty much dominates you know, page 1 right there, and it's more likely to rank you high as well right there. And normally to make a schema, you have to be like a tech guy. And you have to edit stuff by hand. It's quite hard. We make it super easy. You fill out the information right here. And it's like you pick the kind of one that you want. You fill out and then some is like super easy. I mean, you can't mess up that. Then you just click create code, and then you can add it to your WordPress site or to your standard HTML site, or you can copy the code in yourself if you want, or just have us help with this. It's super, super easy. And then you're done. You can save it to your site, and usually within a matter of anywhere from like a day to like a couple weeks, Google will see that you have a schema, and you'll be more likely to have your site look nice and pretty in the search engines. The other thing, and that's the kind of service that you could sell for. I mean, for $500 to $1,000, it's a no-brainer. I mean, it's kind of like, would you rather look like the one link of the guy at the bottom of page 1, or would you rather look like the guy who dominates the top of page 1, has a big image, has click to calls, and has all that stuff right there? I mean, obviously, you know, you'd want that. Even if you share page 1 with several other guys that have a schema, I mean, if you all have a click to call, you're more likely to get a lot more sales than the other guy that does not. Or if you take up like a lot of space like this right here, you're more likely to get clicks versus if you just had one link right there. So for $500 to $1,000, that's a great way to not only get your foot in the door, but it's an easy sales pitch. Speaking of easy sales pitches, another one is social media management. That's another service that you can do. So with that last one, you could sell a schema, but then get your foot in the door to sell SEO, where you can use the website analysis tool to analyze sites, to fix up their stuff. And of course, you can do it on your own sites too, but at the same time, you know, you could sell a service for, you know, a few $100 to $1,000 to a month even, to do ongoing work right there that WebFire can help you do. We also have like built-in plugins that can help on WordPress, and built-in stuff that can automatically fix HTML sites and all that too, which are pretty much all other sites. We also have for service that you can easily do for yourself or for others, you can put your social media on autopilot. That's right. So you can automatically post to Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and you know, all those right there. And so you can write a post right here. You can select an image and all that right there. and you can pick what accounts you want to post to, and it can automatically post to all those at once, to all those accounts on all those different accounts of yours at once. So if you want to go to Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn on multiple different accounts, you can do that. You can also schedule the posts out. So if you want to do like one post a week for 10 weeks, you can schedule those out. If you want to recycle those posts, you can. So like if you want to do one post a week for 10 weeks, you can. And then after the 10 weeks, it can start to recycle and reuse the old posts there. So you can put your social media on complete autopilot indefinitely. And we have actual clients and stuff that do this as a service. I mean, some charge anywhere from $200 up to about $2,000 a month to handle social media on autopilot. Now, the clients don't have to know that you can put this on autopilot, and it can be super, super easy. It doesn't have to take a ton of time. But tools like this can help a great deal, because having a social media presence can not only help with your SEO because you look more legit, it can also help you get more sales, leads, and traffic too off of social media. So on that same note, it's not just stuff with websites and stuff. You can also create and optimize videos. So not only can you upload your own videos and such that we can optimize through WebFire, but on top of that, we can help you create videos with a touch of a button. So what you can do right here is just an example one I made. You can instantly turn any article you want into a video with a click of a button. Super easy. You can also copy and paste anything in right here, and it will turn it into like almost like a slideshow, like almost like a PowerPoint type thing. In this case, I just wrote a few lines right here, where each line's like a new slide. You can add in images, you can add in icons, you can add in audio. This is cool too. You can also have optional human-like voiceovers as well. So if you want like a US English accent or a British one or an Australian one, or if you want it in Spanish or French or German, you can do all that right there. And these are like super high quality ones. In fact, I'll show off. I think it's kind of fun to hear like the German ones.
Hallo, mein Name ist Hans.
Or
Hola, mi nombre es Penelope.
And you can have, again, the optional human-like voiceovers actually read that off and read your slides on autopilot. So, if you want to have stuff in your own voice, that's all fine. But if you want to have like no voice, just have like text and stuff go, that's all fine too. But if you want it to read the stuff off, you can. You can also change the background color, the text size, and the alignment and the color and all that. This is just some basic ones I made right here. Then you can just click create and then make the video, and it will make the video for you, and then you can automatically optimize it and it will upload it to places like YouTube and such. And it can you can specify the keywords that you're trying to optimize it for, and it can help do all that stuff for you to give you the best chances of ranking well on YouTube and on Google at the same time. So very cool right there. And again, that's like most of the first half, which, the first half of the demo that I talked about was just like the stuff that you can do to help increase your exposure and stuff, get better rankings and all that. And we're about to move on to the second half, which is like stuff that you can do on the lead end to actually go out there and find leads that are actively looking, to possibly get what you could be selling to them. But again, there's a lot of other tools that we didn't have time to show off. Like again, lots of other tools to help you create and submit content, tools to help you submit your site to get free exposure. We have a rank tracker that can track your rankings. Tons of other things right there. We also have a tool that's quite neat here that can actually find places that allow you to do guest blog posts. So if you basically type in a keyword, it'll find all the places that you can do a guest blog post on, and it will instantly allow you to submit to them with a touch of a button. You can not only submit to them with a touch of a button, you can email them with a touch of a button too. So pretty neat right there. Now moving on to the lead part, instead of waiting for leads to come to you, you can go to them. So one of the lead tools we have here is the real-time lead finder, and what that does is it finds leads in real time. It looks on sites like forums and blogs and stuff, and it only will find sites that allow you to leave a post, a comment, or a reply on. and it will search those in real time. And we have this searches, I think, like millions of sites a day and finds new leads and stuff for you. Now, if you do a search on Google, you can find some sites that you can post on, sure, but the vast majority of the sites you can't post on, so they're kind of useless to you. And on top of that, some of the posts you find on Google might be months or even years old, and those leads or those prospects are really old and outdated at that point. So here you can find leads that are a week old, a month old, or whatever you want right there. In this case, let's say you're in the alternative medicine niche. You can type in a keyword like alternative medicine. In this case, I put it in quotes. That will find the words side by side. If you don't have it in quotes, it will just have ones where alternative and medicine are in close proximity to each other. So in this case, I did quotes to have a more exact search right there. And we see tons and tons and tons of leads of sites where people are basically asking questions and talking about alternative medicine. Lots and lots and lots of them right there. So like, here's one that, here's a person right here basically talking about licorice and stuff as an alternative medicine and whatnot. So you can kind of like jump in, and here's one that's basically talking about an alternative one to shrink tumors, and a whole bunch of stuff like that. And you can click on any of these to jump into the conversation itself, and you can reply on those sites. You can even save a response and copy and paste those in quickly and easily, or you can export the entire thing as a PDF, or so you can follow up with it later or whatever you want. It also gives a score on the amount of eyeballs on it, or like how big we feel that is, and also a value, where you can say like what you think the value of the sale is. Like if you're selling a $50 thin or a $100 thin or a $10 thin, you can also say what you think your conversion rate is, or how many people that see the site will end up on yours, and how many people on your site will turn into a sale. And it'll give you an approximate number of what it thinks that worth could be right there. So see a total value right here, a huge one right there, where, hey, it's not like you have to post on all these, but if you did, there could be a lot of money in that for you right there, because it's not just the one leads that you're going to. If there's a lead on the site right now that's asking a question on alternative medicine or whatever it might be, yes, you can take a minute to basically answer that guy and possibly turn that into a sale, but you have dozens, hundreds, maybe even thousands of other people over time will see the post that you did, and they might have the exact same questions, the exact same concerns, and they might follow the advice that you gave right there. And as long as you leave like a non-spammy reply saying, hey, I see you're looking for alternative medicine for whatever, here's a few things that can help. If you want a more in-depth example or explanation with recommendations, feel free to check out this blog post or this video right here. So again, give value first and foremost, and that can turn into sales right there. So very cool way to kind of don't wait for leads to come to you, but you can go to them. Now, if you had a specific kind of alternative medicine, you certainly could, like if you want to look for like alternative medicine or therapy or treatment for cancer or colds or aches and pains or arthritis or whatever it might be, you could add in those keywords and stuff as well right there. Another one, or I should say another tool that you can use is very similar to this, except it only will look for places that you can leave a post, a comment, or a reply on that are already ranked on page 1 of Google, Yahoo, and Bing. So with this one, I typed in a keyword of weight loss, and it will search the first page of Google, Yahoo, and Bing, and it will only list the sites that you can leave a post, a comment, or a reply on that are on page 1. So some of you are probably catching on to the idea of this, but the idea is if you can leave a post, a comment, or a reply on these pages that are already ranking on page 1 for these weight loss terms, that means you can siphon lots of traffic from page 1 in minutes, even if you never rank your own site. So for instance, right here, Here's a site for ranks #1 on Google for green tea weight loss, over 33,000 searches a month. You can get exposure at the very top of page 1 by just leaving a post or a comment on that site. And again, all these, we have a special algorithm and AI that makes sure that, hey, you can leave a post or comment on those sites. Or right here for weight loss and diet and how to lose weight, here's sites that, again, 1/3 searches a month. Here's one over 800,000 searches a month, over 500,000 searches a month. You can get free exposure on page 1 by just leaving a post, a comment, or a reply on those sites right there. And the value of these can be astronomically high. I mean, here we see an estimated reach of over 176 million searches a month, okay, that you can get free exposure on. A value of over $200,000 right there based upon all that. Because keep in mind, you can enter your own numbers on what you think, a sale is worth and whatnot. Like here, we said, hey, a sale is worth $50, like if we're selling some weight loss product and all that. You can change all that around right there. But I mean, an astronomical amount of traffic. And if you were to advertise on AdWords to millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of searches, you'd probably be paying minimum hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars. And yeah, if you want to do that, great. Hope it works out. If not, you're out a lot of money. Whereas here, you can do this all for free, get free exposure, get access to all that traffic for free. And this is one of the tools that we actually have a patent on too. There's actually very proprietary technology built into this right here. So it allows you to siphon lots of traffic from page 1 in literally minutes. So that's quite neat right there. And hopefully you understand the power of that too, because literally this lets you tap in to all the sites that are ranked on page 1 that allow you to leave a post, a comment, or a reply in your niche. In fact, one of the businesses that I have like a side business that's like a mobile auto responder, and we had a guy on our team spend just like a couple hours basically doing this method right here, where he would reach out to all the sites that were like, ranking for mobile auto responder type stuff, or there'd be like people asking questions on them, and like, in forums and blog posts and stuff. And he'd just take like a minute or two to respond and say, hey, I see you have a couple questions on mobile auto responders. I work at this one here. Here's the answer to your questions. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me here. Feel free to check us out. And from that alone, we estimated that about 2/3 to 3/4 of our sales came from that simple campaign right there. So this is an astronomically easy and great way to get, again, tons and tons and tons of leads and sales there. Here's another lead tool we have right here that's just a Q&A tool, so it can search Q&A sites. Basically, type in a keyword like lose weight, and it'll find all the questions that people are asking that somewhere in it say lose weight, or in close proximity it says lose weight. As this person apparently lost some weight, but their face apparently looks fat, I guess, and they want to know how to lose face fat. Whereas here's a person right here that wants to know if something's a good way to lose fat. So again, lots of questions right here. So if you're in the weight loss niche, you can jump in on any of those questions right here. This person says, hey, what's the safest way to lose weight? Can you drink apple cider vinegar to lose weight? So lots of questions there that you can jump in and help answer if you're in that niche right there. And you can start to drive traffic from those questions to you, because not only are you helping that one lead, but again, what's cool here is that oftentimes a lot of the keywords in these questions will rank in Google, and when they do that, you can turn that one prospect into hundreds or even thousands over time. In fact, years ago, I was in Auckland, New Zealand, and I wanted to go horseback riding. So we did like a search on Google for something probably like horseback riding near Auckland, and we found nothing at first. There was like no other sites or anything. I thought, well, that's weird. There has to at least be some. And then I did see, though, on the front page of Google, there was a Yahoo Answers question that was ranked where someone asked the same thing, like, are there any horseback riding places near Auckland? So I clicked on that, and someone gave an answer, probably like a 1-minute answer or so. I said, hey, there's a nice place about a half hour outside. Here's their website. Here's their number, yada, yada, yada. So a day or two later, I go to that place, and a guy who I presume is the owner says, hey, I'm so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. How do you hear about us? And I said, well, I actually tried to look for a place online, didn't find anything at first, and then I found there was a Yahoo Answers question that was ranked, and I saw someone there mention this place. And he laughed and said, do you know what's really funny? And I said, what? He then said, about 2/3 to 3/4 of the people I asked that to tell me that they found me the same way. And I don't think the light bulb really went off, but he was basically saying 2/3 to 3/4 of his business came from a minute or two answer to one question. Now, I don't know the value of his, of his business, but based upon people there, I mean, I would have to reckon he's easily doing $100,000 or more a year, if not a lot more. But even if not, that's a lot of money for, again, a minute or two time. You can also, I just need to refresh this page right here, you can also find leads on social media. So here's one right here where we can basically type in the keywords we're trying to search for. We're trying to search for people in this case that are complaining about, let's say, back pain. Because let's say you want to be an affiliate for a back pain, product or like an ebook or whatever. And you can also search not just on a global scale, you can search on a local scale too, like within X amount of miles or kilometers or anything like that. So there's lots of advanced tabs if you want to like exclude links and other stuff or exclude words. You can add as many of these words as you want, but I just did some right here. Then I'll click on leads and look at this. Here's a bunch of leads from today that are complaining about back pain. Here's one saying, my back hurts, I hate my bed. So if you have a back pain product or you have a new bed, you can sell them two things now. Here's one, my back hurts so effing much, ugh. Or here's one, my back hurts like crazy, my lower back hurts so effing bad, I'm gonna cry, please help. I'm exhausted, my back hurts, send help. My back hurts and my pinky hurts. So again, all these people complaining about back pain. And if you scroll down, there's a lot of them. There's 100 leads right there, and we could click. You see on the bottom left, we can click next 100 results right here and find 100 more. In fact, for a search like this, there's probably in the ballpark of 1,000 to 2,000 or more leads a day of people complaining about back pain on social media. Probably about 2,000 plus, I'd say. For like more broad things like that. So again, if you're an affiliate of stuff, you don't want to spam them and say, hey, buy this right here. You want to say like, hey, I saw that you were in back pain. Here's a video I made on some stuff that might help, or here's a blog post I did reviewing a couple products that helped me. And then again, that's offering value. And then they go to that, and then on that page, maybe you have your affiliate links to the products that you reveal or that that you reviewed, and all that right there. Or here's one I love too. I have an example here of a speeding ticket. So here's everyone complaining about a speeding ticket. Like they're saying, another speeding ticket, got more points in the past three months. So I'm trying to pay a traffic ticket. And here's one that just got a speeding ticket for $300. And yeah, I mean, yeah, here's a person that needs a referral for a traffic ticket attorney. So right there, boom, he's looking for an attorney. Right there. This person just got their first ticket, and right there, if you were, let's say, an affiliate of an ebook for how to get out of a speeding ticket, that might be pretty useful, right? Or if you were a traffic ticket attorney, You could search on a local scale and find guys locally that are trying to get out of a speeding ticket, right? Similar to like, I forgot to say on the back pain one, if you're a chiropractor, you could search on a local scale and find guys complaining about being in back pain. Guess what you could do? You could offer, say, hey, like, half off the first appointment, or even make like a free appointment for like a new client to kind of get more leads and stuff in right there. That'd be a great way. If you reach out and say, hey, I'm a chiropractor, feel free to stop by. I'm sure I can probably help. In fact, the first appointment I'll even do for free. That's a cool and great way. And imagine if you even did that as a service for other businesses, where you'd find these leads or use them as your own. Again, all you have to do is you can reply straight to all of them right here. You can also, if you want, this is kind of a cool little trick too, you can build a list off these guys too. So not only can you reply to them right here, you can choose to follow them too, and oftentimes many will automatically follow you back. So any post you do on your main account, they'll oftentimes see. So it's a way to build a list. So like if you want to find, if you want to build like, let's say a self-help list, you can find people that are mentioning Anthony Robbins and stuff like that. You can follow them, and then you'll build up basically a self-help list then. You can even click here and get some extra stats on them. Like you can see how many friends and followers they have and stuff like that. So you can sometimes find some influencers, and that's all kind of neat and cool right there. And you can also too, you don't just have to this isn't just for smaller stuff too. You can also find, in this case, people looking to buy a diamond ring. I mean, for thousands of dollars. Let's see. Here's one example I have here. Here's one saying that engagement ring shopping is fun. Here's one saying ring shopping soon. Here's one saying I'm ready to go ring shopping. Wonder if this weekend would be a good time to go ring shopping. So what do these leads have in common right here? You know that they're looking to buy a ring, okay? And you could also narrow it down to like an engagement ring or stuff if you want, but these are all ones looking to buy a ring, probably an engagement ring. That could be thousands of dollars right there. And you could say, hey, let's say, what a lot of people don't know is you can buy rings online for oftentimes a lot less money and get a much more quality diamond for a lot less. So if you mention, say, hey, I saw that you said you're looking to go ring shopping, you might want to check out some of these places online that give basically cheaper deals for higher quality. I wrote a blog post on it and thought you might be interested in that. And then from there, you can basically talk about the different sites or the deals and stuff. Or what I used to do way back when, because one of the first things I did was I was an affiliate for essentially diamond sites many years back, and I would offer a free service where I would help them find a diamond online. I'd find some recommendations for them based upon their input, and my link would be the affiliate link. So I'd say, hey, here's 3 I found that basically match up with what you're looking for. They're a better deal, a better diamond, blah, blah, blah. And it was like a win-win. So you can basically just reach out and ask if they need help, or reach out with a link to a blog post you have and how to save some money on that, or whatever you want right there. But again, super easy, and that works for just about anything you could possibly think of. I mean, I've never seen it not work for anything out there. So that's kind of neat right there. You can also, guys, how cool would it be if I said that I could find where your competition gets their traffic from, and on top of that, allow you to contact their sources of traffic with a touch of a button? How cool would that be? All right, lots of you saying yes. So here's what you can do on this one. You can type in a keyword like mobile autoresponder, and you can type in a website like mobileautoresponder.com right there. It'll give you some basic info on them, like the amount of backlinks and all that, where their top backlinks sources are from. And you can click contact right here. It will pull up the email addresses of those sites. And you can click contact all checked addresses and automatically email them through Gmail and such. We can actually integrate with free accounts like that. You can email those guys with a click of a button. You can also see who their top competitors are. And you can also perform a website analysis on those guys to maybe see why they rank. You can also contact those guys with a click of a button. You can click here, and then you can check those off, and you can contact them all with a click of a button to maybe ask, what their ad rates are, see if they're interested in, having a guest blog post, or see if they're interested in like a partnership, or seeing if you can buy an ad, or whatever it might be. You can also click on, let's say, let's go to maybe this one right here. You can also go to any of the competitors and see where they get their traffic from. You can click right here, and look, this is where they show up on. This is their top links right there, so you can kind of spy on them, and you can reach out to their sources as well. You can click contact right here and email those guys as well. So if you know where your competition is getting its traffic from, and you can instantly reach out to that source right there, boom, that's a game changer, guys, right there. Whether you're trying to find places to advertise on, whether you're trying to find places to do a guest blog post on, whether you're trying to find people to do a partnership on, or anything like that. Again, there can be a lot. I mean, one single deal done can make or break a business right there. And on that note, I also previously said we also have a guest blog post finder as well, where you can type in a keyword and it will literally find all the sites that accept a guest blog post, and you can contact all those with a click of a button as well. So that's another tool as well that we have there. And I know we didn't have time to go through all the tools because there's obviously a lot of them, but literally everything you need to do SEO and keyword research and rank tracking and fixing all those issues, to making and creating videos and content and distributing them and optimizing them and finding leads and managing social media, and all that is covered inside here. In fact, there's over a couple dozen tools inside WebFire alone that do all that. And that's on top of all the training we have too. And the cool part is this works on a Mac as well as Windows. So it's web-based software. So as long as you can get online, you're fine. But it also has a handful of the tools require a little desktop app, which you can download with the click of a button, that can actually alert you to new leads each day. So a lot of the lead tools that you saw, like right here, like all these, you can actually save the searches, and every day it will search for new leads for you and alert you to those new leads as well. So again, you can set this up one time, and it can do this stuff for you on autopilot. Even on the SEO side, there's also plugins and stuff that you can do, and stuff that you can set up where you put it on your site once, like the schema or like the plugins or like the sitemaps. You put it on your site once, and it will automatically fix a lot of stuff and automatically update for you on autopilot, while automatically alerting you to new leads and all that as well. So pretty cool stuff to literally set and forget in a lot of cases. You can also, we have some jumpstart training and lots of walkthroughs and all that. But also, if you're brand new, we have a little walkthrough. And again, the first time we'll ask you to download the little app for Mac or Windows. They'll ask you simple yes or no questions like, do you have a site? Yes or no. And then it'll ask you, in this case, because I said I have a site, it will prompt you to add the site in, and then it will kind of walk you through a bunch of yes or no questions, where it will walk you through which of the tools you should use first, and it will walk you through using the tools for you. So super easy, as long as you can answer yes or no basically and fill in the blank. You can use WebFire without even having to know what all the tools are. So you don't have to get overwhelmed with all those. We also have Jumpstart training that will help you if you just want to be an affiliate of stuff, if you want to sell your own products or services, or whatever. You can go straight to the training that you specifically want right there. And guys, we have tons and tons and tons of members that absolutely love us right here. We have live weekly calls. In fact, here's one that we just did yesterday, and you see, again, all these people right here, again, only 22 hours ago, people saying that they love the content and they love the calls that we have right there. Real people, guys. This is part of a free Facebook group that we have for members that you can join for free. And again, just tons and tons of people praising the trainings that we do. And of course, you can ask questions in this group. You can get help. That's all cool. And on top of it too, we also have top-notch support. They'll always get get back to you in 1 business day or less, usually within like an hour or less, provided it's not like super late at night or anything like that. So pretty cool stuff. I'm just going to pause the screen for a second as I go back to the PowerPoint and wrap this up here. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If so, just say a quick yes in the chat box there. All right, looks good. All right, so with WebFire 3.0, it can get you basically traffic for anything, regardless if you sell your own products or services, are just an affiliate, or want to resell its services for top dollar to others. Now here's some more case studies from WebFire users. Here's one from 0 to hero. So Bill says here, Bill Dermody, he owns the tennis shop in Madison, Wisconsin, but he was getting crushed online by the national brands in his hometown. So he was paying Google for AdWords clicks at $2 or more a click just to have some search presence. Now he says he no longer needs paid ads because he started using WebFire to analyze his market and site. He made the suggested changes and updates within 3 weeks of using these methods. He was #1 on Google for all the local search terms. In fact, he's actually #1, 2, and 3 for most of them. And he was also, so not only, and I do not mean 1, 2, or 3, I mean 1, 2, and 3 at the same time. So he's dominating the entire top of page 1. He's also advised by the AdWords rep that he doesn't need AdWords anymore. In fact, he actually got ranked #1 on page 1. So not just on page 1, but #1 on page 1 for 36 of the terms he was trying to rank for right there, where he was eventually advised by the AdWords rep that he didn't need AdWords anymore because he was ranking #1 for all the keywords that he was previously trying to pay for. And he was paying up to like $1 to $3 a click, which was crazy. He got all that for free. Here's one, top of Google in a day. So Derek Kemp is an internet marketer who started using WebFire on all his and his client sites. He got his own site from page 2 to page 1 of Google with the search term "make money from home" in 1 day. A client of his followed the suggestions our site analysis tools suggested and got that client of his ranked on page 1 of Google in minutes. Here's one, got a $1.5 million lead. Mary H. used WebFire to promote her business. Within 7 days, she reported getting a lead ready to spend $1.5 million, which is insanely awesome. Here's one from almost nothing to 1,000 a week. Judy Jakes joined WebFire and used the software to analyze her websites. Within 1 week of following our system, she went from making hardly anything to 1,000 a week. She thought that was a fluke until she saw it continue week after week. She has continued to add sites and used WebFire to promote them. In fact, recently she even told me that she actually dove a lot more into the lead tools, and she's a huge fan of those now too. So like initially she was using the site analysis tools and the fixer ones, but now she's like using the lead ones a lot too. And she now reports that she's earning $7,000 per week on average. That's over $365,000 a year and growing. And she credits WebFire with helping her make her first $1 million online. Now, obviously, this is an exceptional result right here, but it shows what's actually possible if you take massive action like she did right here. And that's really congratulations to her for basically taking massive action and getting awesome results right there. Here's one, makes $100 in the first few minutes. Nick Bodka was on a recent webinar of ours. He joined WebFire and started using it right away while he was still on the webinar. He posted a message to us that he had already earned $100 in the first few minutes of using WebFire. And I think that's like a record. In the first few minutes was already making money. Well, 3 days later, he makes an additional $300. This was on a training call, a group call that we have each week. And he says, hi guys, just want to let you know that I've made an additional $300 since signing up on Sunday. That makes a total of $400 during the call on Sunday. Only reasons for writing this is to give others an idea of how easy it is, and more importantly, how anyone can do it. Here's several right here. Multiple page 1 rankings in days. Here's guys saying this stuff rocks right here. They got ranked on page 1 from literally 0 in a couple days. Here's one that went from page 2 to page 1 for just a few terms within a week. Here's one that has been using it for a year and has gotten amazing results with it. Says it simply works, and says he's been getting 2,500 hits a month, and it's been happening for over 10 months straight from it right here. And again, I already shared the non-techie that made his first sale online prior. He couldn't even use Microsoft Word, like he couldn't write a Word doc 6 weeks prior. Well, he made his first sale online ever with WebFire. And he also says that his traffic stats are now on an upward trend for the first time ever. This was a guy that 6 weeks prior couldn't even write a letter on his computer. Here's one, top ranking for NFL achieved. Now that stands for National Football League, so obviously a very big sport in the US. Jeff Eskow says he's very appreciative for WebFire. He used tons of other SEO tools promising easy rankings and traffic, says they never worked out for him until WebFire and that nothing else even comes close. His main NFL site is now number 4 on Google and number 1 on other search engines for his preferred keyword thanks to WebFire. And this is obviously a super competitive keyword and niche right there, so that's amazing. He has lots of other websites that he's been using WebFire on, and all are climbing up in their rankings. Here's on page 1 of Google in the weight loss niche. Will Sims started off from scratch in the weight loss niche, had a brand new website. Within 1 week, he was ranking on page 1 of Google for his search term. This was at no cost and no technical ability. He was on multiple rankings in a day and made 5 times investment back instantly. Tom Martin says he feels like a freaking superstar. His words, not mine. He had a new site nowhere in the top 1,000 for his keywords. He knows that because you can actually track the ranking of the sites with one of our tools as well. That's all included. 1 day later, his site is on page 1 next to government sites, which are notoriously hard to rank by. Then he got additional rankings for the same keyword on page 1. He said he paid for 5 years of WebFire through a performance-based contract already. So with WebFire, you get top analysis tools, you get the cutting-edge SEO tools, you get powerful content and video tools, you get one-of-a-kind lead tools, you get powerful automation that runs 24/7. You get state-of-the-art lead and ranking tools. You get social media tools. You get proprietary form and blog tools, and a whole set of keyword tools, and powerful spying tools, and so much more. So who can benefit with WebFire? Literally anyone who needs traffic, and that's everyone. Some of the smaller features you can find for anywhere from about $100 to $300 a month or more each. Others you might find for literally thousands of dollars a year each. And many you won't find anywhere else because they're completely proprietary to us. In fact, we actually have patents on some of the tools as well that do some really cool artificial intelligence stuff and really neat stuff right there that we actually hold patents on, so you won't find anywhere else. But nowhere will we find them all in one place and integrated so well like WebFire 3.0. And we continuously update it, we continuously add new tools and all that stuff, and we integrate them all right there. And as a special offer for those right here, you can get $2,000 off of WebFire 3.0 for a limited time for everyone here right now, but that's not all. So here's our challenge, was to create the most powerful, comprehensive suite of tools in existence, but to price it so everyone can afford it. In fact, we're making this such a no-brainer deal by not only offering you a huge discount on it, but in just a few moments, I'll reveal a way for you to make a profit on your investment this week by taking action. So are you ready for this? All right, seeing a lot of yeses here. This is going to be a truly no-brainer offer with zero risk to you and a huge upside. Normally, our special deal for everything you see here would be $2,997 per year. And that'd be well worth it and offer more value than probably anything you've seen before. But for today only, you can grab it for only $997 per year and be locked in at that special rate. That's so low, especially once you see some additional bonuses worth many times that This offer is exclusively for those on this call now. So for the special $2,000 off deal, that's again $997 each year. So you can save $2,000 for all the tools, all the training, all the support, and so on. Not only do you get all the tools, not only do you get all the training, you get all that right there. You get access to us, you get access to our team. If you have a question, they'll not only answer you, they'll make sure your problem is solved. We have really a top-notch team on that right there. They're here to solve any problem you have or any question you have too, whether it's a technical question or a marketing question or whatever it might be. WebFire also gives you an incredible money-back guarantee that few others dare to offer that make this truly risk-free for you. So here's the money-back guarantee. Use our tools and training for 30 days, and if it doesn't drastically help your business, or if you're not satisfied for any reason, simply notify the support team and get a 100% refund. No games, no fine print, and so forth. Try it out for 30 days, and if you're not happy for any reason, get a 100% refund. So you can start today and get free traffic by tomorrow. But to sweeten the deal even more, we're including several bonuses that are worth far more than your total investment today. So here's the 4 additional special bonuses for today only. Bonus number 1, which is a $1,997 per year value. You can get a free WebFire 3.0 Pro upgrade. So you can use WebFire 3.0 on unlimited sites of yours or your own clients. Normally, this is about $3,000 per year as an upgrade. You can get that for free. So you can use it on as many sites as you want, including your own client sites. That means that you can use WebFire again on as many sites as you want, whether it's for your own or those of potential clients. Bonus number 2, which is nearly a $3,000 value. You can get weekly live webinar trainings with me and also my partner Sean Casey. Every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, you can join us as we provide you with new trainings, behind-the-scenes looks, walkthroughs, reveal new marketing methods, and give you the ability to ask any question you want live. If you can't make any, we'll even record them for you to watch at a later time as well. And we've heard that the value of these is astronomical. We've had guys that have been with us on these calls for years, and there's guys that have even paid tens of thousands of dollars for masterminds and stuff, and also coaching from other places that have said that the free trainings that they've had with us, they've learned way more on. Because again, we want you guys to succeed, and we tell you guys what works. So you see like lots of guys here saying how great this is. I showed you at the very end of the demo, guys that were on the last call that were loving it. Here you see lots of guys saying it's pure gold, 10 out of 10. This is great stuff. Saying that we're the real deal, saying that our calls are essentially the Bible of online marketing, saying that the call was awesome. Here's a guy saying that the call is awesome. His life is starting to change for the better because of us. And he said here's a guy that's saying that the trainings has already taught him way more than all the other teachers and stuff. So I mean, obviously these calls are worth a fortune. You get access to us. You can ask any question you want. But this next bonus, I think, truly takes the cake. What if you were able to quickly make a profit off your investment this week, even if you're brand new with no website or product currently? Would you invest in something that was completely risk-free that you could make back plus some this week? This third bonus makes it truly a no-brainer. So bonus number 3, which we think is priceless, you can get a downloadable USB drive today filled with our best of the best trainings, including exclusive trainings just for you, including one training on 5 different ways to make $1,000 or more back this week by taking action. So here's a taste of what's inside. One of the trainings is 5 ways to make a quick 1,000 plus with WebFire 3.0. And that's something you can turn into a business. So it's not like you have to have it just be the 1,000. It's a way to basically make that fast and then turn it into a business in 5 different ways that you can pick whichever one or ones you want. There's also one that I think is really awesome on how to increase the value and price of anything you sell by 10 to 100 times. Even if you don't have an existing offer, we'll show you how to make one and sell it for 10 to 100 times, even making it hands-free where you don't have to do squat. I think that's a huge one right there. You also get a bunch of templates and email swipes for making quick sales, and a guide to over 70 top affiliate programs that pay $100 or more a sale, some paying thousands, and everything you need to get more traffic, rankings, leads, exposure, and sales quickly and easily. So you can literally be earning high-paying commissions from dozens of products, selling high-end web services to other businesses, earning affiliate income from template blog posts and more by implementing our training on this downloadable USB drive this week. Now, you don't have to wait for a workshop that you may or may not be able to attend, or wait for any future trainings. You can start your training today if you want, right from this bonus to download, which previously was only available to select clients at a live workshop, but you guys get access to it as an instant download right now. It includes, again, step-by-step and copy and paste templates for you to follow, making this insanely easy to implement this week to earn a quick 1,000 plus by taking action. And again, don't confuse the special trainings on this USB as limiting you to only 1,000 plus this week, as they're all designed to not only be quick and easy, but also based on business models that can do 6 to 7 figures a year. Plus, you guys will get one last bonus to not only make you the coolest, most fashionable person around, but to also automatically get others inquiring about your new services that you could be selling them by using WebFire to do the hard work for you. You can get this cool shirt right here shipped to you absolutely free. So just walking around this will generate lots of questions from prospects, and that's no joke, guys. So you'll have your own WebFire online marketing genius shirt. And after your purchase, you'll receive a welcome email where we'll basically ask you for your shirt size and address to send it to, all for free. And just by having WebFire, you'll be able to help all these businesses. And by taking advantage of the WebFire 3.0 and all of our free trainings, you'll literally be an online marketing genius and know more than 99% of business owners out there. And just by wearing that shirt, guys, you'll naturally get lots of questions. So even if I don't have a shirt and I go out and I play a lot of tennis and stuff, a lot of times if I have a match, people ask me, hey, what do you do? And anytime I say I do marketing or do some stuff online, naturally they try to say, oh, well, I have a question on this, I have a question on that. Do you think you can help with this? Or, they're all like super curious. So if you have a shirt that literally advertises yourself as one, naturally that's going to break the conversation even more, because like even when I don't try, I get a ton of questions. So you can imagine if you have a shirt that says that, you're going to get a ton of questions on that right there, and it can be a great way to kind of advertise your services and stuff for free and start the conversation right there. Because again, by going through the trainings and by having access to the tools, you're ahead of like 99% of business owners out there, and you can do stuff that they can only dream of right there that can be worth a fortune to them. So again, for the bonus recap, you get the WebFire 3.0 Pro upgrade. That's a $2,000 per year value. You get the free weekly calls. That's a $3,000 per year value. You get the special USB drive training as a download. That's priceless. You also get the free online marketing genius t-shirt that will ship out to you for free. Shirt is on us and the shipping is on us too, all free. That's a $29 value right there. Total bonus value of everything is over $5,000 right there alone. That's just in the bonuses right there on top of all the software and all that. So and all the training. So WebFire gives you all the tools you need to get free traffic, leads, and sales, and the free trainings and bonus USB make it so that you could make your investment back quickly and easily by taking action. And to show you that I'm 100% confident in this special deal, even if you decide that it's not for you after you try it out, you'll not only get a 100% refund, but you'll be able to keep the bonuses of the USB training and the shirt just for trying us out. So all the training and the shirt is completely on us just for trying it out, and that's on top of a 100% refund. But you'll have to hurry, as not only is this deal only valid for the next 20 minutes or so, but the t-shirts are only available while supplies last, because we have a handful of those made right there, so you have to take action on this right now. And to get the special deal, to get WebFire 3.0, only right now you can get $2,000 off WebFire 3.0 and get the special deal. And again, it's only for $997 per year. The deal is valid only for a short while, all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee for any reason at all. No fine print, nothing like that. 100% 30-day money-back guarantee right there. But you have to go to the link that you see here right now to take advantage of that deal. So you have to go to the link right there right now to take advantage of that deal. So what do you do now? Well, you want to go to that link below to grab your special offer with all the bonuses now. You want to get your downloadable USB drive bonus training and the t-shirt instantly while supplies last. So again, you'll get an email on that shirt asking for your size and all that, and just let us know and we'll ship it out to you for free. And again, that's all backed by a 30-day money back guarantee. But you want to go to that link that you see on the screen right now, as well as the one in the chat box, to take advantage of that deal right now. I mean, really, guys, this is an amazing deal. I mean, the bonuses alone are worth way more than the total investment right here. And just answer the question. I see there's a couple guys that have asked on this. You're actually locked in at the special rate, so you can cancel anytime, but you'll never have to pay more. So it's not like we'll raise the rate after a year or anything like that. So you'll be locked in at the special discount right there. So for $2,000 off for, again, only $997 per year with the downloadable USB training and the t-shirt bonus and all that right now for, again, $2,000 off. You have to go to that link that you see right here. And again, all backed by a 30-day money back guarantee for any reason at all. And again, you can keep the bonuses just for trying it out. So any problem you have in terms of like needing traffic and all that, again, can be fixed. We can fix the SEO stuff. We can fix your lead issues, your video issues, your site issues, all that right there. We have all the tools in one place for you, so you don't need anything else. It's all right there for you, and we have tons of training, tons of expertise, and we make ourselves available to you, again, nonstop, because again, not only do we have a top-notch support team that are all US-based, that have been trained very well, that have been with us for years and years. They're there to answer your questions. You can get in touch with us, but we also have weekly calls, live calls on top of that you can reach out to us and ask any question you want live as well. So, really there's no excuse, not to get the help that you need to take your business to the next level right there, because you get access to all that and more, and all the tools right there only for $997 per year with all the bonuses. But you have to go to that link that you see right now to take advantage of that special deal while this lasts right here. All right, so with that, I'll just see if there's any questions that you guys have. I know I've seen a few. All right, so there's a question here asking, can this work on a Mac? And the answer is yes, because I actually did the demo from a Mac because I'm on it myself. So it is web-based software, but for some of the tools, like ones that will like alert you each day to new leads and stuff, you'll have to have a little desktop app that runs in the background. You'll still just use the web-based part, but it'll just run in the background to help with that. We have a Mac as well as a Windows 1 for that, so that's super easy. And again, you get walked through all that when you first sign up. All right, here's a great question right here. It's can this work in other languages? Yes, in fact, the majority of the tools will allow you to search in other languages and stuff too. So if you want to find leads in Spanish or French or Russian or Chinese, you actually can. And yes, you can search in Chinese and find leads. You can also, if you want to see what rankings look like in different areas, you can change the location from a drop down right there. Super easy. Now, of course, all the instructions that we have are in English, but the tools can work in other languages as well. So that's pretty cool, and it can work anywhere in the world as well, right there. All right, there's a handful of questions of like, can the lead tools help with leads in this market versus that, and the short answer is yes. I've never seen a niche or like a market that you couldn't find some leads in. Now you might have to like fine tune the type of keywords you use and stuff like that, but that's not too hard to do, and we have lots of training with that as well right there. And yes, you can use it with the special bonuses you have here. You're allowed to use it on as many of your own sites as you want, as well as your client sites and your prospect sites. And yes, you can for the website analysis tool, you can actually brand it to your own name and link and stuff too. So that's all fine and good right there. All right, let's see what other questions you have. Just going through all the questions here. All right. And yes, this is a great question. So this this gal asked here, can you put multiple schemas on one web page or different web pages? Yes. In fact, there's multiple different kinds of schemas, which are like the extra info that you can give to Google and such. We make it super easy. And yeah, some are meant to go like specifically on a certain web page, where some can go site wide. But yeah, you can have multiple different kinds of schemas on one page. So if you want to have like a local schema and a navigation schema on the same site, you can. That's all fine. You can even use it on your own sites or your client sites too. All right, let's see. Yep, yeah, so again, there's a couple guys that asked this, and yeah, so multiple schemas can go on the same page. Some, so on the actual dropdown, it will tell you which ones are site-wide and which ones are page-specific, but you can certainly have multiple schemas, you know, on each one right there. Okay. Okay. All right, and for that link, make sure you go to that right link that they see right there. So sometimes people type in the link a little bit wrong right there. So make sure you type in exactly as you see on that screen right there, or the link. In fact, we have that in the chat box as well. So it seems to be working just fine. There was one person here said they had that didn't work, but looks like that's all fixed up now. It looks like they had a typo that they clicked on that. All right. And yet we'll have this deal available just for a little bit longer right here. Occasionally it's just special deals and stuff, and this is one of them, but this really is an awesome deal, especially with all the bonuses, especially with the training, especially with all the tools. And this is one that, again, we won't probably have like a lot of special deals, because like this really is worth way more than all the stuff you see right here. There's a lot of money put into it. There's a lot of effort, a lot of time, and you'll see that too. I mean, if there's a problem with one of the tools, if something pops up, I mean, again, it's over a couple dozen tools. If anything pops up, if anything breaks, usually within like a half day, we have a fix up. And on top of that too, occasionally we'll release new features and tools for free as well. In fact, we have a couple that are about to be due out probably within the next few days to like a week or so. That, again, that will all be free. And there's a person asking here, you know, will anything ever be outdated or have to change? And not really, no, because again, the stuff that we're basically doing is all white hat stuff. So we're basically doing what Google and the other search engines basically want you to do. Now, having said that, if we see if there's like other trends or like new ways to get leads or new techniques that are working to rank better, we'll definitely modify the tools or add new ones to help with that stuff right there, because that's what we've always been doing for years here. So yeah, we're always up to date on that. In fact, we have an entire local coding team devoted to fixes and updates and all that stuff right here, and that's why this stuff works so well. Okay. All right, and yes, once more of this works on a Mac as well as Windows, so that's all fine. Right there, and of course, we're always open. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, reach out to us. Let us know. Our support is happy to help, as well as myself and Sean. We're happy to give out advice. In fact, sometimes on these live calls, we do like website analysis and stuff like that, or business analyses, and people seem to love those, and we're glad to help out on any of those as well. But again, make sure that if you haven't taken advantage of the software yet, go to that link that you see on the screen right now, and do so now while we have this deal up to take advantage not only the special deal, but all the bonuses and stuff as well. So we're here to help and make sure everything runs smoothly for you. Now, if by chance you have like a credit card decline or anything like that, sometimes the easiest fix is to call the number on the back of your card. Sometimes they'll just block it, especially if you're out of the country and stuff, and say, hey, this what was me. They'll usually approve it, and then you just reorder, and then it should go through just fine. If there still appears to be an issue, write us at support@webfire.com. Again, it's just support@webfire.com. Mention that you were on this call. They'll make sure to save the special deal and the pricing and all that, and they'll make sure that the payment goes through, or they'll see maybe why it was declining and get that fixed for you right there. So no problem at all. And once you purchase, within a few minutes, you should receive a welcome email. If not, make sure to check your spam folder just in case. And then if not, again, just write support@webfire.com, and they'll be happy to assist you right there. And yeah, I think you guys will absolutely love this right here. And we make it super easy to start. We have you getting started. We have like a walk through to start as well, so you can kind of hit the ground running as well right there. So with that, guys, again, just a few more moments to take part of the special deal you see right there. Again, make sure you go to that link you see right there. It's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee for any reason at all. I mean, this is honestly the best way to not only identify all the issues on your site, but to fix all the SEO issues on your site or your client sites, to also go out there and not just wait for leads to come to you, but you go to them. You find those leads, you go out actively to those leads right there. You can also put your social media on autopilot. You can put your SEO on autopilot. You can find leads on autopilot. You can create and make videos and content quickly and easily. It doesn't get much better than that right there. But again, you have to go to that link that you see right there. And with that, guys, we'll be wrapping up this call. So again, I want to thank all of you that have joined. If you've had any issues at all with any of the order, or you don't see it or anything like that, just reach out to us at support@webfire.com. Say you're on this call, and we'll make sure to lock you in at that special deal right there. Again, that's support@webfire.com, and they'll be sure to take care of you right away right there. But make sure, really quick, you go to that link right there. And once more, again, I want to thank all of you for being on this call here. I know you guys will absolutely enjoy it, and hopefully, after you sign up, you take advantage of our weekly calls as well. They're every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern as well. And again, we record those in case you can't make them as well, so you can attend live or see the recording. Live is always fun and stuff there, and we oftentimes give out extra free software and money and stuff like that too. So pretty cool stuff right there. In fact, just I think like a month and a half back, we actually gave out some pretty neat software for free. Oftentimes we also give out money and stuff, so it's really a good way to get some cool stuff for free and get paid to kind of show up and learn at the same time. So pretty neat stuff right there. So with that, guys, again, I want to thank you for all of your time right here. And for those that have signed up, I want to give you a special thanks, and make sure, again, to join us on our free training calls every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Right there. If you have any questions, again, reach out to us at support@webfire.com. So with that, guys, thanks much and have a great rest of the week. Take care. Bye.